Good evening and welcome to this week's episode of the Irish Art Show, brought to you from the Scientology Community Centre, Dublin. Mairead Carroll is a musician, singer, songwriter, storyteller and poet from Newbridge, County Kildare. Last September, she released her debut single called Can I Say I Love You One More Time? She also had her first headline show in November in the Moat Theatre, sharing music and poetry from her upcoming creative project, If the Stars Could See You Now. This is a collection of songs and poetry which tells a story of love, loss and overcoming. Mairead has recently played support for Brian Kennedy and Ciaran Moran, and she's here to play for us tonight, accompanied by guitarist Pat Dumacan. Please welcome Mairead Carroll.
Come sit by my bedside and hold my hand for a while and say a prayer with me. What will be, will be. Now don't you cry. Dry those tears from your eyes, 'cause we've got today. Don't go worrying about tomorrow. Let's talk about the good times. Forget about the sad times and sing a song with me, sharing stories of our family. Now don't you cry. Dry those tears from your eyes, 'cause we've got today. Don't go worrying about tomorrow. And can I say I love you one more time? That I love you, I love you, I love you. Goodbye. I'll be the prettiest star in the sky. I'll be the summer rain, the autumn breeze, snowflakes in winter. Now don't you cry. Dry those tears from your eyes, 'cause we've got today. Don't go worrying about tomorrow. And can I say I love you one more time? That I love you, I love you, I love you. Goodbye. In time, when you think of me, you'll see not far away at all. I'll be an angel at your shoulder. All you have to do is call. And can I say I love you one more time? That I love you, I love you, I love you. Goodbye. And can I say I love you one more time? That I love you, I love you, I love you. Not goodbye. I would like to introduce my next song, and it is called If the Stars Could See You Now. And it is about letting go of grief, and also that you're doing a lot better than you think you are. If the stars could see you now, what would they say? What would they say? As you look up at the clouds of black and grey, as your tears fall down your cheeks, you cry for love lost from earth to sky. If the stars could see you now, what would they say? Stars could see you now, what would they say? What would they say? As you stand on your back doorstep, so small and brave, as your tears fall down and evaporate back to the skies they celebrate. If the stars could see you now, what would they say? As the clouds move on, the sky is clear. You see some shining lights and some twinkling stars appears. It fills your heart with love, for your love is not lost at all. If the stars could see you now, what would they say? If the stars could see you now, what would they say? What would they say? As you look down with your feet firm on the ground, they see your face so full of grace, your shining light, a love of life. If the stars could see you now, what would they say? The stars can see you now, they shine on you, they shine on you. They see your healing heart wide open, so pure and true. They love to see you letting go of tears, yet holding on to love. The stars can see you now, this is what they say. They say, I love you, and you say, I love you too. As the clouds move on, the sky is clear. You see some shining lights, they see you too, so near. You sing, thank you, God, for clouds and stars and love. The stars can see you now, and so do you. The stars can see you now, and so do you. The stars can see you now, and so do you. The stars can see you now, we sing, I love you. My next song is called A Brother's Love, And it's just being yourself and having open conversations with your family or friends. It was a cold December day. Christmas lights were shining. We were sitting outside drinking coffee, saying it's been a long, long time since it was you and me, brother and sister, just like we used to be, making magical castles in long grass. Oh, how the years have gone by so fast. Before I could ask you, how are you? You asked me first, and before I knew, the tears came falling fast from behind my eyes. Your question took me by surprise, saying please don't hide behind your smiles. A brother can see what a sister hides. And I thanked God for a brother's love. And I thank God for a brother's love. As my tears came falling down, making little rivers on the ground, I cried and talked my worries out. You said you'll feel better now. As the children's laughter filled the air, wrapped us like a hug with your festive cheer. You held out your hand for mine, and I thanked God for a brother's love. And I thank God for a brother's love. As the sun came from behind the clouds, drying all my tears from off the ground, he said, let's go walk round our hometown, sharing stories and memories, walking up and down and back around. We circled the square with our laughter, and I thanked God for a brother's love. And I thank 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 God for a brother's love. My next song is called Good Night, Amelia, Good Night, and it's about the love a grandmother has for her granddaughter. Good night, Amelia, good night. It's time to close your pretty eyes. It's time to give your cares and worries to the skies. As the stars shine bright on you in the night, as you dream of chasing leaves in the schoolyard. Good night, Amelia, good night. Imagine I'm by your bedside, without the sea and screen between us for a while. As the stars shine bright on our love in the night, chasing leaves in the schoolyard. Good night, Amelia, good night. But before you turn off the light, can I read you a story told to me? When I was a girl like you see, and scared of the trees, it helped me dream of chasing leaves in the schoolyard. Good night, Amelia, good night. Can I sing you a lullaby, just like the one my mother sang to me? It helped me drift off to sleep with a perfect calm and ease. It helped me dream of chasing leaves in the schoolyard. Amelia, Amelia, my little star, how I wonder how you are, all across the sea so far, like a lighthouse in the dark. Amelia, Amelia, Moran, Moran, just Moran. I would like to read you a poem that I wrote recently, and it's called Strength. There is strength in standing up when you want to lie down and hide from the world. With an ocean of words cutting through the silence of the mountain. It is the ground that holds you, and God sending you mist and fog from the heavens above to form tears meeting yours, kissing you sweetly as if to say it's okay to cry and to be vulnerable on the edge, where land meets the sea and the sky weeps, with the winds of change sending waves crashing onto the rocks of self-doubt, awakening the warriors dreaming of riding on the backs of white horses, with hearts on fire, listening to the sounds of the river, carrying stories of your ancestors, remembering that the strongest of us fall from the edges of ourselves. Singing Joni Mitchell's Both Sides Now to the acceptance of cows, grounded into the earth of their truth, with eyes like mirrors reflecting yours. There is strength in never giving up, remembering who you are. You are strong. And flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air and feathered lotions everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. dunes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let it show. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way. But now old friends, they're acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost and something's gained for living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I've looked at life from both sides now, from give and take, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life. I really don't know life at all.
Well, what can I say? Mairead Carroll, you're a superstar. I actually loved every moment of that. Between the fiddle and your sweet sound of your voice, it's almost hypnotic. And I'm really looking forward to interviewing you. So you're back with us now. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me.
How did it feel for you? Did you enjoy that?
It's so lovely to be here, and
Yeah.
the sound was amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you so much for this lovely space.
You sounded great,
And to
absolutely great.
Have this platform, it's beautiful.
Well, we'll get
lovely to
straight
meet
into
you
the
again.
interview. Yes, lovely to meet you too, actually. Lovely to meet you too. So you're obviously welcome to the show. We're delighted to have you here. So obviously you're a musician, singer, songwriter, storyteller and poet. What came first for you?
Poetry.
Poetry.
Yeah. So I always wrote poems. Even when I was studying to be a psychotherapist, I'd write a poem as I was processing whatever I was going through. And just before lockdown, March 2020, I was playing support as a singer. And this poem that I'd written, it was a very long love kind of story really about my brother John. And it developed into a song. And I sang it in 2020, and then lockdown came. So
Was that your first song to write?
my very first song to write.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you know you could write songs?
No, not really. The melody just came in. I was, just came to me, and I felt this belongs to the poem.
Yeah.
So it just started naturally.
And that's the one, Can I Say I Love You, isn't it?
That's the one.
And
yeah.
that was written about John.
It was.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, my brother John, he was sick with a brain tumour all his life, and he lived until he was 13, but that was 19 years ago now. And I suppose it's just really kind of captures the day before he died, really. And just about being in the moment with a loved one.
Yes.
Yeah, and not worrying about tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the very first song. So it's like my gift to him, and it was very healing writing it as a poem, and then every time I sing it, it's just another way of keeping him close.
Maybe he was sending it, the lyrics
Yeah,
to you.
absolutely. That's how I, connect with him,
Yeah.
and I suppose that's how I write with my heart. And yeah,
Oh, it's a beautiful song.
thank you.
And can you tell me about storytelling? What does that entail? What's that about?
Okay, I put storytelling in there. I love talking about the songs. So I suppose for me, the story is equally as important as the song, So what, happened, for the song to come. Same with the poetry. So I suppose I love, sharing the stories behind my songs. So that's how I kind of how I like to perform.
How long would your stories take?
Normally, I could go on all day, but like usually there's a limit. So I usually have to edit myself. So ideally, I'd love in time to create a show or a musical where I can tell more of the story,
Is it stories of your life or just people you've met?
Yeah, so I suppose I'm inspired by people that I meet. Like even that one, Goodnight Amelia, Goodnight. I met a lady in my family's greengrocer's shop only up the road there at Orwell Shopping Centre. And I met her for the first time and she was telling me about the love she has for her granddaughter and during lockdown how she used to ring her granddaughter every night. So that's what inspired that. So it's usually people, or if I learn something, I like to share what I learn.
And were you storytelling? I mean, obviously we're doing poetry, but were you storytelling as a child? Was that always you?
Yes, I love telling stories, but I was very shy. Like only up until about 5-6 years ago, like I wouldn't have sang, in front of anyone really. So I suppose it's developing. The stories are coming. I suppose as you grow older, and I was a psychotherapist, for almost 20 years, so I was listening a lot. But I do like to talk, so I suppose this is my next phase of my journey. I suppose I came home to myself during lockdown. I couldn't work and see my clients for a period of a few months, and the songs came. So If the Stars Could See You Now was the second song that came, and it was about letting go of grief. And then I kind of really realised that I hadn't explored like music and writing. I'm a mammy, and that's my favourite, job in the world, and and that's my life purpose. But it gave me the opportunity, and I suppose even social media, it gave me kind of a space to just sing and share my poetry, where I don't think I would have otherwise.
So you were just kind of like singing at home?
Singing at home, in the bathroom, in the car, everywhere. Yeah.
So you knew you had a voice?
Yeah. So it kind of only is kind of my confidence is growing, but it's taken a while. Yeah.
That's just a lovely
the
story.
Stories you tell yourself.
The storytelling you tell yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
And some of them are never good.
Myself, I'm good.
So obviously, I love this as well. You've already had your first headline show in the Moat Theatre, sharing music and poetry from your upcoming creative project. Yeah. I love that. If the Stars Could See You Now. I love that title.
Yeah, look, it's really about connecting and connecting with nature, connecting spiritually with our loved ones. And I suppose really like I was in my back garden when that song came. I was hanging or taking off the clothes. I do a little bit of housework as well. But and it's just that connection with the stars. And not only that, but like when you let go of grief, you allow more love in. So sometimes we hold on to grief, and then by holding on to it really tight, we're keeping our loved ones who've passed on kind of at a distance. So in a way, it's, letting go of tears, and I'm a big champion of that as well. It's very healing. So the more you let go, the more love and the person comes back in. So I feel, strongly about that. So.
Yeah, it does take time, and it's all relevant, isn't it, for different people?
Absolutely, yeah. And also, I was working as a psychotherapist at the time. It's like we're doing a lot better than we think we are, generally, even in our grief or in life or pursuing a different career. It's, if you were to take a step back and look like the stars would look on you, they would say, you're amazing. Yeah.
And we only have a certain amount of time here anyway, so we have to make the best of it.
Absolutely.
And our loved ones would want us to do that as well.
Absolutely. Yeah, so celebration. Yes. Like my songs can be sad, but they're also, happy as well. It depends on where you are on your journey.
Well, I have to say the lyrics are beautiful. You've gorgeous songs there.
Thank you very much.
On both sides now. I love that song,
Yeah, it's one of my favourites.
Yeah, me too. I love the lyrics. And she's incredible. And
she's amazing. And that song, I think, you listen to songs growing up, and, as you get older, you get them. You get them. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that one of your favourite songs to
It's
sing?
one of my favourites. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Landslide. There's a few. Yeah.
The lyrics are really strong. Isn't it? Really beautiful.
And I tied it in with the poem. I suppose I collaborated for the June Fest, a local festival. So I wrote a poem, that kind of worked with a photographer, and it was a cow standing on the edge somewhere in Clare, And I suppose just everything inspires me. I suppose all the little pieces come together somehow. It's a mystery. I love the whole creative process.
Do you carry a notebook with you, or do you just go home and remember what you're thinking?
I used to be terrified. I'd think of something and then I'd forget it and be really kind of like, oh, where's the pen? Now I kind of trust more.
Yeah.
If it's meant to be, it'll come back. So if I'm driving, I'm not going to really pull over. Sometimes I record it on my phone. That's good. But sometimes you just have to trust. And I am beginning to trust more than I was at the beginning.
And I actually feel as well that the inspiration can come in dreams. I've heard people say that as well. They have a dream and it just turns into a song.
It can come anywhere, absolutely. I suppose any little thing can inspire you.
I'm looking forward to the song you're going to write about me. I'm kidding.
Yeah, a few people. I was working as a teacher this year, and one of the children was asking, "Can you write a song about me?" So
it is kind of the thing.
I'll write a song about you. Why not? That'll be a little challenge for me. Sometimes I need a few challenges. Yeah,
that will be a challenge. You're right.
What would I call it?
Angel.
Lovely.
So I believe you played support to Brian Kennedy. How did that go? And how did it come about?
Lovely, absolutely. Well, he was actually playing in the Hotel Cadine, and it was a local fundraiser for football club. So I was asked to be his support on the night, but it was wonderful. He's an amazing artist, and I suppose to support him, I would have listened to him and really admired him. So it's always nice to play support to people that you admire,
and that's another inspiration as well, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you do things like that.
Absolutely, and I played support to Ciaran Moran recently as well.
Yeah, he was
played
on
in
the
his
show
band.
as well.
Yeah, I saw
Lovely
that.
guy.
Yeah,
he's doing really well.
So I think it's just great to meet different people and get the opportunities.
Absolutely.
And I suppose even speaking about my headline gig. Celine Garvey, who I'll give a shout out to. We really, I suppose, emerging artists need platforms like this and theatres and people to support and have faith that, you can do,
Absolutely.
you can do it.
I love that you have faith and trust in the
Absolutely,
process.
and belief.
Yes, and believe that it's going to happen no matter what.
That is the most important part of it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
I see that you're on a journey as well, your musical journey from traditional Irish fiddle player, to emerging singer-songwriter. So obviously, I think the last time I met you, I think you just played the fiddle.
I was here with Marion, was
it?
Christmas?
Yes.
Yeah, I played a good bit of the fiddle, but I did sing as well. But no, I love traditional Irish music. I would play nearly every week. So that kind of energises me, the traditional music. It's that lift, that bit of crack and meeting people. But songwriting is, I just love it. My world just opened up when I started singing, when I, got a bit of confidence. It took me 6 months to sing my first song when I was asked to sing at a local session. So it's taken time, but bit by bit. But I just love the whole process. It's like poetry is just expanded, and it's opened up a whole new world that I love, and I don't ever want to hop off it now, So, but definitely I love bringing the fiddle into it, and I will bring more music kind of into my songs. I'm, I suppose, only developing as an artist and finding my voice. With my writing and performances.
And have you actually recorded any of your songs?
The first song, Can I Say I Love You One More Time, that was my debut single. And I am back in the recording studio, hopefully in the next month, to record If the Stars Could See You Now. And hopefully, I'll have the EP finished by the end of the year.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
That's the body of work that I wrote throughout lockdown, and I'm ready for kind of a new chapter then. So. Yeah. Did
you think that lockdown was going to bring this to you? Or was it something that was it was always there, but because we were not as busy, you were able to focus on it?
It was a gift. It was very, very hard. I really, really, it was the hardest thing, not being able to play music. And I suppose I was working as a psychotherapist, and music was my outlet at the end of the week, So I suppose we all missed not having our outlets. And I suppose being a musician, it was a very unique time. And I used to, play with, lovely musicians a few times a week to kind of being in, you know, my sitting room or bathroom with the phone and stuck on a fuse ball because I wouldn't have had any of the equipment. You know, the dogs would bark and, you know, you could be a week trying to post something. You know, really, the struggle was real, and the bad hair days and the whole lot. But you know what, it made me just get, you know, it was like a nice stage in a way because I, you know, got more confident and I got to learn a few songs, and then like my poetry were sitting in a box. Like really, you know, that first post that I shared, I was literally in the dark, you know, if you scroll back on my Instagram feed or whatever, I thought the dark was what, you know, but then I realized, no, we need the light and we need positivity, and we need things, you know, to keep our hearts going. And sometimes that means overcoming fear and letting go of that. And when you let go of fear, you find magic. And even singing here, the sound and just the feeling, you know, that I'm meant to be here today. Singing.
Absolutely, you are meant to be here today, definitely.
So, yeah.
I love the sentence.
Just trusting everything that comes my way, you know.
Well, I love the sentence where you said the dogs are barking.
The dogs and the kids be
great,
playing.
trying to,
you know,
trying to do a bit of work here.
Like, it was hard, you know. But you know what came from that was I got to sit with myself for the first time.
Yes,
first time like it didn't work in all my, you know, since I was a teenager. So yeah.
And what's your visions going forward? Say maybe for the future, for the next year.
Oh, I'd love to, you know, just keep singing and first of all to record my EP. I'm also writing a collection of poems of the same name, If the Stars Could See You Now. So I'd like to see that expand a little further into some kind of like a show. Ideally, it'd be lovely to have a film of the same name. So, and after that, write more songs and collaborate with more other musicians and artists. And I'm open, you know.
I actually think you should write a book.
A book, yeah. I had planned, you know, the poetry book will come first, I feel, and then after that, I have a few plans, yeah. I love writing the posts and,
we'll just
sharing what I learn. I just really like sharing what I learn, and after that,
space.
it's kind of like, okay, maybe someone else would benefit from, you know, learning.
Well,
Save them.
It's been wonderful having you here today.
Oh, thank you.
Your music is
I
very
really
inspiring,
appreciate it.
and just storytelling, and you've just lovely stories, and I could listen to you all evening, actually, to be honest with you.
Thank you. Well, you'll have to come along to my show.
I will, I definitely will. We all will. We're definitely with the whole crew.
Yeah.
What was I going to say to you? Yes, contact details.
Okay. Where's the best place
Social
to find
media.
me? Social media. Yeah, I'm probably Instagram. I am Mairead Carroll 12 on Instagram. Mairead Carroll on Facebook. I'm on Twitter as well. Twitter, Mairead Carroll @Money Carroll. That's really, they're the main ones. Yeah, I'm not on TikTok.
I think you'll be getting.
I'm on and off it.
A couple of people messaging you later for sure.
Oh, well, look at I'd love your, you know, any support would be, you know,
well, it's
because it's really about sharing the music and my music. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Angel.
Thank you, Mairead. Thank you so much.
Everyone here today.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Well, after a wonderful interview there with Mairead Carroll, she's such a lovely woman and so much talent. I hope you really enjoyed the show this evening. We certainly did. We look forward to seeing you next week on behalf of myself, Angel, and the crew. See you then. Good night.